Good morning, everyone. Good morning, New York. My name is Begum Tomruk. I'm the creative director of the Marantz audio brand, and today we are joined by Cicely Delaney.
Hi, everyone.
She is the creative director of Sonicbrand, and together we will take you through the story of the new shape of sound for Marantz new wireless speakers, Marantz Horizon and Grand Horizon. You can see the Grand Horizon on the stage. Later, we will have a chance to listen to that a little bit. Marantz is an American brand born in New York. Actually, we are at the right location to do this presentation to you. In 1953, Saul Marantz founded the Marantz brand. And he is a true pioneer of hi-fi. He's an electric engineer, but he also had great understanding and respect for industrial design. So he basically wanted to take the amplifiers out from the basements and really stage them. And he thought that design is as important as the performance of the audio products. Looking at this is one of the first amplifiers of Marantz. Probably some of you might be familiar with that. That's the audio consolette, which is a hero amplifier and still very valuable today. From that time, Saul Marantz really paid attention to the design DNA. He built the design DNA of the Marantz brand with the symmetrical approach, with the beautiful color material finishes he uses, and we will still see that echoes in today's products. And it still looks very different than the black boxes that we see in the amplifiers today. Over the next decades, we had Model 7, 8, 9, so those became very important amplifiers, and they have been celebrated in Hollywood, in movies, in celebrity homes. And also the Model 9, as you see here, has been chosen by NASA for the Apollo program. It has been modified because it was such a stable amplifier, so you could really receive the signals in a better way. Born in New York, crafted in Japan is also our claim, because Marantz has very strong roots in Japan. This is thanks to the craftsmanship, production we have in Japan, but also the sound masters. So still today, we have our listening rooms, very Japanese style, and here in this very amazing photo, we see Yoshinori Ogata-san. He's our sound master. And he's making sure that all Marantz products are sounding consistent. So this is how we bring the most musical sound and the warmth. So if you're an audiophile, you could really differentiate how Marantz amplifiers or products sound. And the same thing also has been done for the Marantz Horizon and Grand Horizon. They have been in this room with Ogata-san, and they have been tuned for the Marantz brand. Now we have a brand video which will set the scene a little bit, and then we will continue. So the Marantz products, they are for an audience who value great sound, but also great design. Talking about design, like how we get inspired by our heritage, is very important, because a lot of heritage brands, they maintain to stick to the heritage, and it might make you stuck. So we try to evolve that language a little bit and not be repetitive. This is a great example, actually, because in Model 9, you probably see this iconic porthole in most of the Marantz amplifiers. This is a UV meter, which is analog, but we try to digitalize that, and we try to evolve that on the next products. And on the right side, we have the 10 series Model 10, which has been inspired by this porthole design, but digitalized and transformed in a nice way. And what will come in the future, and Horizon is a great example for that, how we use that porthole as a symbolism, as a sculptural object, and it's kind of also giving great advantage for the acoustics of the product. So the porthole and the design DNA is constantly evolving. And what we wanted to do here was to take the brand to a different level, extend the target group a little bit from the audiophiles to make sure that great sound can be experienced. And also this will set up the vision and the strategic direction of the brand. Therefore, we designed Marantz Horizon and Grand Horizon, 2 wireless speakers. They come in 2 sizes. And the first thing that you see is that the iconic form, it's very sculptural, and it's taking the attention. And everything that we have considered with this design, it was a holistic approach from the illumination, touch interface, how the branding is centered. It was carrying the symmetrical design language, and the fabric was also bespokely designed to deliver the acoustics and the durability. For the products, we wanted to use a natural base to increase the stability, but also give a little bit nice look and feel for the interior spaces, a timeless design. And we have designed accessorized, for example, for the smaller speaker, we designed a tripod that you can easily adapt. So it could be like an interior object, like a furniture in your space, which will also come with the wall mount solutions. And we have carefully designed 3 color material finish directions, very timeless, to enrich the interior space or the architecture of the locations. In one picture, like from the ideation, creation process, the inspiration behind the design, and how the driver units are positioned within this like circular form, which is very good for the acoustics because you can immediately get more like a stereo enriched sound, and one speaker already fills the room. This was a complete holistic approach from packaging design, user interface, and experience. We worked in a very large team with designers, experts, and engineers, of course. And sonic branding was also a great touch point of that design. So we had a great collaboration with Sonicbrand, and it was a great experience to be in these recording studios because everything for the sonic branding has been recorded with musicians, with an orchestra. So therefore, I would like to hand it over to Cicely so she can take you through that process.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, before I tell you about how we design sound for the Horizon speaker, I want you to take a moment just to picture what happens in your mind when you think of something turning on. So I want you to think specifically about the sound. So what kind of sound do you imagine when you think of something powering on or starting up? So for most of us, that sound is probably quite simple. It's probably quite neutral, potentially some sort of electronic beep. Yeah, for the most part, this sound is really something that doesn't have any kind of strong emotion. So the reason that we all have this preconception about this sound is that these tiny sonic cues are everywhere. They're sort of all around us. They tell us that our car is ready to drive, that our washing machine is switched on, and they even tell us that our Bluetooth speaker is ready to use. But the truth is that most product sounds are purely functional. They merely sort of tell us that something is happening, notify us of something. But that's really where things shift in the world of luxury branding, where it's no longer function that really drives us. It's emotion. It's this notion of identity. And it's the creation of these really beautiful signature experiences. So yeah, that's really why Begum and her team came to us. Could we give the same craft, the same attention to detail with the sound within the product as the other design elements which Begum took you through today? Could the sound of power on, that sort of first fleeting moment of contact that you have with the speaker, be as beautiful as the speaker itself? Could it be more than just a signpost? And could it feel unmistakably Marantz? This is a little bit of a mantra for us at Sonicbrand, which is that sound is not just utility. It is the impression of the brand itself. So what is the impression that we want people to have of a Marantz product? What does Marantz sound like? We went on a process, a really fun process, collaborative process with the Marantz team to define what the sonic personality of the Marantz brand is. So two really important things in our brief. The first of which is that Marantz is born here in New York, so we had to reference that somehow in the sound that we created. And secondly, this idea of modern musical luxury. How could we bring that into the sound as well? And so we established a sonic palette for Marantz, which is essentially, the sonic personality. So we took inspiration from jazz. We were inspired by this idea of luxury that it has, the sophistication, but also its links to place, to New York. We were inspired by East Coast hip hop, so again, linking to place, but bringing a bit of character, a bit of personality into the sound. And then, as a nod to Marantz's history in home cinema, we layered our sound with lots of cinematic cues, so lots of rich string swells, these really sort of deep sub-bass drops that you can kind of feel in your chest. We wanted our sound to feel super cinematic and have that sort of rich essence to it. So it's this unique combination of sounds that give us a really sort of distinctive sonic DNA for Marantz. So then we went on to develop the brand theme. So this is a 2-minute piece of music. It kind of acts as the anchor for the rest of the sounds, the rest of the product sounds that we developed. So all of the rest of the product sounds essentially use the layers, the instrumentations, the melodies from this brand theme that you're about to hear. And as Begum said, we recorded this live. We wanted to capture really the magic of live musicians, and also just wanted that really, really high quality sound as well. So this is the Marantz brand theme. So from there, we developed the rest of the Horizon product sounds. So again, using the textures, using the layers and the melodies from that brand theme, we then developed the rest of the sounds. So we have power on. Functionally, this tells you that the speaker is alive. So what sound feels the most alive? Well, for us, that's voice, the most human sound. So we have voice layered with these cinematic string swells. And also you'll hear a hint to Marantz's signature melody. So that melody is watermarked throughout the brand theme, but also referenced again and again in all of these product sounds that you'll hear. So this is power on. And then we have startup complete. So essentially this tells you that your speaker setup is finished. We wanted to play with this idea of tension and release, so creating that sense of excitement. You're about to use this brand new product, but then resolving downward. So downward movement tends to feel more resolved, have more closure to it. And then Bluetooth connecting. So this is usually quite a irritating or repetitive sonic experience. And we really wanted our sounds to be the complete opposite. We wanted it to feel unhurried. We wanted it to feel really inviting, to have this kind of silky warmth that almost feels tactile. This sound should leave you feeling very calm. And finally, some very special soundscapes which are linked to the functionality of the speaker. So Horizon allows you to personalize your sound. So yeah, it allows you to personalize your sound. So you can dial up warmth, you can dial up clarity, and you can dial up spaciousness in the sound. And these soundscapes that we develop, they play on a loop while users can do that. So you can do that on the app, which we're going to demonstrate now. So this is warmth, leading with the warmest elements from the brand theme, but then adding elements in the mid to low frequency range, again, creating that real warmth in sound. So this is clarity, using sort of high frequency textures. And then spaciousness, how wide your sound is. We use sort of spacey, airy, more dynamic textures for this sound. So hopefully what you can hear is a really sort of distinctive family of sounds that we've created for this Marantz product. Yeah, I'll leave you on one note, which is that sound is too often an afterthought, and yet it defines how a product comes to life. So I'm going to hand back to Begum, who's going to tell you about the success of the product.
So thank you, Cicely. For a brand more than 70 years of heritage, it's not easy to design something completely different with a different target group. But we can achieve that if we are consistent with our message, and if the product is sounding great and really designed for the Marantz brand. Since the launch, we have done so many events, so many luxury meetings, and the product has been staged in various important locations, such as Harrods, for example. It was in the shop window and also in the interior space. So we try to bring the brands a little bit into the luxury space, luxury retail, because this is a great product that really elevates the experience of the user. And through all the press coverage, the interviews, and the reviews that we had, we got super positive feedback, not only for the design of the product, but also for the exceptional sound. And there were statements like, really, this product is looking like a piece of art. It's very artistic, and it has this artistry inside, but also the form delivers great sound. We have also won some prestigious design awards, such as the IF Design Award, Red Dot Wallpaper Design Award, and hopefully one more today or in the next steps. So I think this is how we are ending this presentation. So thanks a lot for listening, and I hope we can expand the vision for the Marantz brand on the future with this strategic decision we have done. Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Did you find, as an audio brand agency that works for a variety of different organizations, surely the pressure on your shoulders working for a company like that was so much greater? Did you feel that going through the process?
Yeah, we felt the pressure big time, but really it was a dream brief. I mean, a dream brand to work for. So yeah, we put all of our hearts into it. But yeah, we're really, really happy with the results. So.
Fantastic. And it's interesting because this was really developed very much for the Horizon system from the beginning. That was kind of where the brief came from. How much is this being adapted and used for the rest of the Marantz system, and is it being kind of back engineered into other products and so on?
Yeah, so obviously we started with Horizon. The ambition is that we're going to go across all Marantz products. But yeah, those will slightly adjust. It depends on the product. So this particular product, these sounds are obviously designed and unique to this, but we will reference again that family of sounds and use the same textures to create new sounds for the other products.
And is it being used in any of the kind of corporate touch points as well?
Yeah, so the music, the brand theme has been used against advertising as well. So.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much.